the Tennessee Valley Weather Center, this is your weather tonight.
Quiet for now, but clouds will increase later tonight. Showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder move in, possibly before daybreak, and then off and on periods of showers and thunderstorms for our Wednesday and through our Wednesday evening. And during the afternoon and evening, a few of these storms could be strong to severe, getting down to the lower 60s as we make our way through the early morning hours of Wednesday, headed for the lower 80s by the afternoon. Storm Protection Center has all of southern middle Tennessee and the Shoals part of northwest Alabama in a level 1 out of 5 risk of severe weather. Near and south of the Tennessee River, that's a level 2 out of 5 risk, coming as far north as Russellville to Decatur to about Tanner, Alabama, and then southward. It's very possible, based on the model data trends we've seen the past 12 to 24 hours, that when this gets updated here overnight, they could be pulling this level 2 risk farther north, either farther north across North Alabama or possibly even in the southern middle Tennessee. We'll see how that goes. The main time frame for the possibility of some strong to severe thunderstorms, not a guarantee, and the models are kind of back and forth on the northern extent of the risk, but the possibility of a few severe thunderstorms is the afternoon and the evening hours. I'm roughly going to say between 3 p.m. and midnight. High wind and large hail are the main threats. A couple of these storms, if they do go severe in the area, could have hail between 1 to 2 inches in diameter. Thunderstorm wind gusts could be 40, 50, 60, maybe even 70 miles an hour in a few spots. Flooding, not too big of a concern, but there could be some isolated street flooding, some isolated lower end type flash flooding. Tornado is also not too big of a concern, but we can't completely rule them out. So it's a low but not zero type of tornado threat tomorrow afternoon and evening. Here's the Futurecast, and I will say that this Futurecast model, as well as other models, are kind of back and forth with the northern extent of the severe weather risk zone. So I can't guarantee we're going to have severe storms in the coverage area tomorrow afternoon and evening. However, there is a very real chance that we might. So we're going to have to watch to see how this goes. After midnight toward daybreak, showers and a few thunderstorms move into northwest Alabama, maybe even into southern middle Tennessee. So don't be completely surprised if you are awakened by a little bit of thunder overnight. Not expecting storms to be severe during the early morning hours. However, can't rule out some pea-sized hail with a storm or two, so we'll watch things, but keep in mind it has to be quarter size or larger in order for severe thunderstorm warnings to be issued. Through the morning hours, maybe as late as midday, maybe some more showers and thunderstorms off and on. A lot of the heavy rain for the morning may stay south of a large part of the area, however, and that also gives some uncertainty with how far north the unstable air can get by the afternoon. But I do think midday into the early afternoon, we see a few sun breaks across the area that helps destabilize the atmosphere as temperatures get into the lower 80s. And then late afternoon, early evening, these scattered, strong to possibly severe thunderstorms start to pop up with hail and damaging winds, but you do see a few rotation tracks here with the storms. Now, that doesn't mean necessarily that they're producing tornadoes. Tomorrow is going to be a supercell day in that the entire storm is rotating itself in each individual thunderstorm. That's because the upper level wind shear is so strong. However, the lower level wind shear near the ground where it's more important for tornado development, that's very weak. So it's going to make it much harder for the rotating thunderstorms that are out there to actually be able to produce a tornado that touches the ground and does damage. There may be wall clouds. There may be good storm structure that you would see. This increases the chance of hail and damaging winds, and it makes the tornado threat not zero. However, with the wind shear near the ground so weak, it makes the tornado threat on the lower side. So just because we're talking about these storms that are off by themselves, don't be overly scared about a big tornado threat. It's nothing like that. But just like back on Sunday evening, I can't rule out a stray tornado warning or two if these individual storms are able to develop across the area late tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. Some of the computer model runs from this model and others have kept them farther south. I do want to make that clear. So there are some question marks with how far north this can go, but to err on the side of caution, we do have to take this as a possibility that the strongest thunderstorms could be in our area in southern middle Tennessee and North Alabama. So we're going to watch things very carefully tomorrow afternoon and tomorrow evening, and we will be here to provide live coverage if any of the storms go severe. I do think by midnight or so, everything's out of here and shifting off to the southeast, and then we quiet down Rain chances are very isolated for our Thursday, even though a shower or thunderstorm is possible. I do think we're mainly dry for Friday. We're going to take rain chances temporarily, at least out of the forecast. But they do come back Saturday night into Sunday, and there may be a thunderstorm complex or two along the way as we work through the weekend ahead. Low to mid 80s for our Wednesday, and then we start creeping in the mid to upper 80s Thursday and Friday, and the few folks may hit the lower 90s as we enter the weekend ahead. We're watching the tropics, but not a lot going on. We have high pressure and dry air over a large part of the Atlantic. We also have strong wind shear in the upper levels of the atmosphere over the Caribbean and the Gulf of Mexico because of the subtropical jet. So everything so far is holding down tropical development potential, and we don't expect anything to develop for at least the next 5 to 7 days, if not longer than that. But as always, we'll watch it carefully for you. Grabbing that first cup of coffee in the morning, scattered showers, a few rumbles of thunder possible. Not everybody getting that though, but it is possible. Lower 60s to start the day. And then as we get into the afternoon, low to mid 80s for daytime highs over southern middle Tennessee. Scattered showers and thunderstorms off and on through the day. And then in the afternoon and evening, a few of these could be strong. So we're going to have to watch things. More the same in northwest Alabama. Periods of off and on showers and thunderstorms. Otherwise partly sunny. And then the afternoon and evening thunderstorms have the potential to be strong, possibly severe. Hail and damaging winds, the main threat, but can't completely rule out the possibility of a tornado or two. So we will be on our toes, but not a big tornado threat by any means at all. Showers and thunderstorms isolated, but they're still possible on Thursday. The bulk of the rain south of the area, though, dry for Friday. And then we get back into the pattern where we may see some thunderstorm complexes Saturday night into Sunday, and isolated storms going into early next week. There's a look at your latest 7-day forecast. Ben Luna's back in the Weather Center tomorrow morning with another update to your local weather.